Mary, I've made an executive decision. Even though I am studying for the life and health, on the days I'm not doing council, I am going to schedule these power hours because they are helpful. I mean, I feel more motivated now that I'm in a better space, and I was like, I need to come here as well.
Yay.
As everybody in my office knows, I'm like, this is what I do outside the office, and I even tell my policyholders now. I was like, and they're like, wow, you do that and you do that. It's like, yeah.
Crazy. Yeah, well, and most of you know, or maybe you don't. I just started in a new office and we're sitting at the big kids table now. There's no more little kid table about this. This is super high volume. Everybody's actually really nice to each other. I know. I know. They say good morning and really engage. And I'm just like, oh, I'm in heaven. I'm in insurance heaven. I love it there. Actually, the owner of the agency is part of our group. So he's just quietly hiding in the background watching us. But it's impressive how many new agents are growing, getting their questions answered. Because there are a lot of agents that don't want to train. And especially if you're independent, right? Like Marcy, it's like you have access to the systems or what kind of training they may
I'll
offer,
take training.
but to ask a buddy, you know what I mean?
I'll take training.
Training
It's like
Yeah.
all
Me
of this
too.
stuff, just pick up
I'll take
one little
suggestions.
tip from each meeting and kind of try to use it,
Yeah.
and you'll grow so much.
Is it not normally like that? Like in an office, like not very friendly in some offices, I guess, maybe?
No, it's just, and I don't want to say anything bad. I have insurance. I don't want to use it, but we were not in alignment the last place I was at. We were just not in alignment. I'll put it that way. So I took a couple of months. I really interviewed, and like what Marcy was saying, I asked those questions. I wanted to make sure my next space was my last, because when I first got in the industry, I didn't really know what I wanted or what options I had. So I've been enough places now. This is, 4 for 4. But it's okay. I mean, I've gotten a little bit at every space and I've learned a little.
That's kind of how I feel. I feel like I'm like trying to find my space.
Yeah.
And I mean, I haven't like started working anywhere yet, but like I know that I need training and like I need support.
Yeah.
And I want to learn and grow and, gain experience. It's just getting that opportunity.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we're here to celebrate when you get in there. And actually, did you get the recording for the red flags in the industry?
I haven't signed up for your course yet, but I plan to soon.
So let me just say really quick, I did something. So every Saturday I've been running a class on a really important topic that new insurance agents might want to know. So we did 7 steps of going independent. If you want it, go get it. It's free, but it is coming down on Saturday because it belongs to the essentials package. Red flags. Say it again.
Nope. Yeah.
Oh, I missed the question. I'm sorry.
It was about sharp cheddar because I'm also eating dinner and that
Love sharp cheddar.
on mute. I'm going to mute my microphone. Okay, bye.
Oh my gosh. Okay. At least she's got good taste in cheese. The red flags I did last Saturday. So these were, I mean, literally broken down. What do you need to look for? Again, free. It's not forever, but it's up because this one belongs to seeking employment and the essentials package. Next week, we're doing using social media to find warm leads. Holy cow, I'm so excited. Holy cow, the information I'm going to share.
So are the recordings all going to be there? Because I don't think I'll be able to join and I want to be able to watch it.
Yeah, so I'm going to send out the email once it's all done. Of course, it has to go through underwriting. But once it's all done being edited, I'll post it up in here. You can come and grab it. I plan on keeping these up for free for a week or two, or, as long as it's relevant. But eventually these individual courses belong to a package. Okay. Like if somebody is looking for employment or they just need sales, they're like, forget everything else. I don't need your bananas, Mary. They just need sales. Cool. I've been in sales my whole life. Tips, tricks, take it all. And then the essentials is like absolutely everything from the past to building the career. So I am really excited about these, but I'm not done with my topics because they're still coming. And the Facebook groups really helped a lot because how do we know what new agents need to know?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mhm.
When I was new, I didn't know what I needed to know. So I did do a clip. This one literally just came out of underwriting.
I'm
This is an
excited.
oldie but a goodie. This is a throwback Thursday from, a year and a half ago, but closing starts at the beginning. It
Mm-hmm.
does start at the beginning. So how do you keep your ears open for the kinds of objections that are going to be coming up eventually? And then the last.
So Mary, I have to say, in that essentials package, you have that ABCs of closing or
Mhm.
ABCs or whatever. I don't even know what it's called. I've listened to it 4 times so far. I
Whoa.
stick it on in my car as I'm driving to the Poconos, and every time because I'm trying to like make your words my own, and it's so helpful. All the stuff in there is so helpful. So guys, if you don't have her essentials package, you need it because she just keeps putting more and more stuff in it. And that ABCs of closing, that's like worth the package itself.
Thank you so much. Lisa, thank you.
You're so
If that's
welcome.
not a testimonial, I don't know what is, Mary.
Yeah.
Wow. Where are my tissues? Hang on. Truly.
Because
It's
being in insurance is kind of isolating because you're in an office maybe with just a couple other people, but honestly, you're kind of competing with those other people for business.
Yeah.
And if you're in a place where they don't train you a whole lot, like I don't know,
Yeah.
this has like the stuff that you're doing and some of the Facebook groups I'm on have been so helpful. I don't know if I would still be in insurance if I didn't have someone like you and other people to connect with. So thank you for all the energy that you're putting in because I know I truly appreciate it.
Yeah, some of those insurance groups are terrible. They make you want to run the other way.
oh my gosh. Yeah, offensive. I did want to show you, I'm super excited. My labor of love. If you know me, you know how much I love games. So I created the scariest thing I could find. Overcoming objections. The scariest thing on the planet. Check this out. You want to practice overcoming objections? Let's spin it.
Let's do it.
I thought about making this a card game. Okay, I've never heard of your company. How would you guys overcome this objection? I never heard of your company.
We've been around since 1922. We're well established. I don't know what else I would say.
Not
I
everybody gets to
would
work
say
a
something
State Farm.
like,
Have you been living under a rock?
Under a rock?
Oh, don't want to say that.
I'm kidding.
I would say like for my company, because I never heard of my company either. I would have to say that, well, we represent a plethora of the companies that you have heard of, which would be Humana, Aetna, just like a lot of other companies do as well. Like they hear or see them on TV and so forth. I don't even remember seeing my company on TV, but my mom has said that she's seen it, so I guess. But I would have to say that, well, I've been in insurance I can actually say for a few years because I was licensed in Alabama for around 2 years. So, and I do represent the companies that you have heard of, but I also have, I'm backed with with people that have been in the business for over 10 years. So it's kind of what I would end up having to say, something like that. Now, I hope that I can remember it when I'm put on the spot at that point.
Actually, you can create your own little cheat sheet. Little sticky note on your computer if you have to, but yeah. I used to say that when I was at State Farm. Welcome aboard. You're hitting us on our 100th year. Super excited to be your agent. It's an honor to be your agent. Whatever, I always like to point out how long companies are in business, not necessarily how long I've been in, because they might judge me for that, right? So, anybody else have a good response to this? Okay. do we want to spin it again or thumbs up?
Yeah.
Yeah, spin again.
Okay.
Let's go.
Ooh-wee. So we're gonna throw this out. We've mastered it. It's all gone. Here we go. So scary. Here comes an objection. Ah. Oh, okay. I want to do more research first. You know what, Mary? Honestly, I like to dig into things. I'm going to take this email with all the quotes and the screenshots and everything itemized. You answer every question. I want to simmer on that. Perfect. You know what, Beth? No worries at all. I'm in no hurry. I don't want to spend extra time. I'm a time girl, and I don't want to waste your time having to recall this. So I'm going to go grab a cup of coffee. I'll put you on a brief hold. I want you to have a chance to take a look at this. No worries. I'll meet you back here in about 5. I get yeses from that. So do your research now. What is there to think about? Anybody else?
I don't think I've ever been thrown that objection, actually.
Okay.
But
You haven't? That's the classic one.
Yeah.
but I think what I would probably say back to that is there something more that I could help to ease, questions that you may have?
Yeah.
Is there doubt somewhere? Let me answer them up front,
Yeah.
I
mean, really, that's perfect because the reason for this question is there's something they're just not sure about. So if it's the, I ask them more questions and usually they'll come back with well, I don't know your company very well or any variation thereof. And I'll pull stuff right up while I have them on the phone. I was taught, don't even let them off the phone if you can answer that now. Now, that's not to say hold them hostage. You're not holding them hostage. But usually if you open that door, they'll walk through it if you give them the time. But the trick here is you can't be pushy. Insurance is just not that kind of. I know there are people on YouTube that, gotta close the sale today. And I just think it's kind of yucky. So if they got to do their research, okay. But I like to remind them of recall time. And especially if they have to track me down because I'm a busy girl. So.
I like that, Mary.
Thank you. Yeah. Anybody else?
I don't know if this is part of responding, but like I don't have people that says I want to do more research. It's usually I want to talk to my spouse first. It's like, but your spouse would be so happy that you're saving them money, and so yeah, but I still want to talk to them. So it's like I kind of like that's one that I won't pivot from. I'm just like, okay, like it's so exhausting just going in circles because once they say something, they're not gonna whip out the card. At least it hasn't worked for me yet.
Well, okay, Beth, I get it. I'm married too. I love my husband. I want to stay married. I want to do that effortlessly without any big fights about insurance. But if you at any point in time had a conversation with your spouse about the fact that you would be shopping for insurance, and sorry you got stuck with the short end of the stick, but you got me, and I'm glad about that. If you're ready to go ahead and make this decision and be all done with it, I think your spouse would be happy. The stress is relieved and should probably get you for ice cream because we're saving you $70. How could he be mad? Yeah, I like playing on I have to speak to my spouse. I get it.
Yeah.
Do you have to though? It's 2024. Do you have to? Or do you have like pre-authorization to bind this policy? Because I do. Yeah. I bring up recall time on that one too. I'm a time girl. I don't want to waste yours. Time is money. I don't want to waste yours. Because if I'm spending all my time recalling and reviewing and all that, I'm spending less time on like loving my policyholder. So
yeah.
Mary, the one at the top, I'm worried about policy changes in the future. I just had that one. And what I told the policyholder, I was like, look, I know your frustration there with it. But I want to say all insurance companies have had rate increases, including State Farm. but you fall in mutual. So from my experience of helping other policyholders that are in mutual, your rate increase shouldn't be as major as the people that are in standard.
There you go.
It puts them at ease.
Yeah. That's good. That's good. Yeah. I think we're going to have a lot of fun with our overcoming objections. I mean, I may change it from a wheel though. I don't know. There's so many good things. Look at this app, you guys. Word search. I can make so many games.
That's fun.
It's a $10 a month subscription, but it fulfills me.
Totally worth it. Mary, side conversation. When do you think insurance is going to go down? Do you have an idea?
I've heard 2025 is the word on the street. And
Yeah, that's what we heard too.
It will be slow. The bigger companies are going to have to catch up. Let me send you a screenshot. I just finished a training with one of my new companies. And I may or may not have taken a couple screenshots.
Yeah,
I
my
love
insurance
charts.
has gone crazy.
Yeah. I love charts.
Like, we have the
and
highest insurance rates in the country, I'm pretty sure.
What state are you in, Melanie?
Florida.
Maybe
Yeah.
maybe home. Auto, Michigan takes the cake there, I think.
I don't know. My homeowner's insurance is almost $3,000 a year.
Yeah, home for sure.
And
Auto.
my car
What?
insurance is like I'm switching to State Farm because I'm not happy with my agent. I've been with my agent for a long time, but like they just aren't doing what I need them to do. And so I'm switching my agents to State Farm in September when my policy's up.
You only have to wait until your policy is up. You know that, right?
No, I know that, but I just literally paid
So
and
what?
I don't want to wait for the refund and all that. So it's just easier to just wait until my policy's up. Like I'm literally, my policy's up September
There's an
20th. So
objection, Tina.
There's an objection.
Here we go. So no.
I love it.
but like it's,
Also play off those local storms, right? Like we had a major hailstorm. I started in the office June 1st last year, June 15th, huge hailstorm, like
Yeah.
tennis ball hail. That does not happen in Michigan ever, right? The amount of damage, insane. The amount of people that didn't understand their deductibles, insane. So now I use that to my advantage, right? I learned 15 days into the industry. I seen firsthand, right, devastation and people who were not prepared. So now I know how to write policyholders so that they don't experience that. And I share that storm, and they know the storm, so it's fresh in their memory too.
We had tropical storm. What was the last tropical storm? Debbie. Yeah.
Debbie.
Yeah.
Oh, she ruined my vacation.
And
Oh.
we had our mitigation person who brings us stuff and does weekly emails where we can do a trivia thing every Friday and win like a gift card. And she came in and she explained about all the damage that was happening. And she was like, yeah, we have these agent referrals. And that's what I'm going to start using going forward with the homeowners policies, because storm damage, hail damage, kind of freaks people out. And then I always tell them, I was like, don't call the after hours, call the office, because I just learned how to educate a policyholder on making a claim. Sometimes it's got to be a covered peril before they
do not make it if it's not covered.
Because we're not going to cover the black mold, but we got to be able to cover that burst pipe that's somewhere behind the black mold, but we're not going to do that. And it's a matter of getting someone out there to figure it out.
Mary, you remember how we were just talking about how insurance is going up? So if people call up and it's like, my bill just went up, why is it going up? Blah, blah. If I say what goes up must come down, right? So can I say that? Because hopefully in 2025, prices will drop by then.
So when we talk about 2025, how things are supposed to get better or level out, that doesn't mean get cheaper. It just means it'll stop going like that. So I've had policyholders ask me too, is it ever going to go down? And I'm like, does the cost of eggs go down? Only when it's on sale, which is why I keep my eyes on every discount program, everything you're eligible for, right? So I try to get away from that. Why are premiums increasing? Answer the question, and then I don't know. It's going to be a while before it, but I don't think it'll ever go down.
So
You know, been
you guys
using that.
call all of your increases? That's what I wonder. So, you get the BODs for premium increase. Do you guys call them in your offices, or do you guys just kind of let those go and let them call you?
We let them call us, and then we educate them. If my service person's busy, I will look at it, and I was like, let me research it. Sometimes I have to research things, and then I put it, if I can't get to them, I was like, let me research this. I'm doing a lot of stuff today, but if I can't get back to you by today, I will call you tomorrow with the answer.
Okay.
And that my agent has taught me. He's like, do the research before you call the policyholder back. Use me as a resource, but do the research.
Yeah, so we call in our office if we can beforehand, so that they don't find out when they get the bill from the mailman, or oops, this just drew, why is it $100 more? I wasn't planning on it. So we like to have that conversation beforehand, and then, believe it or not, I often tell them something else in that increase call. I'm not kidding you. Like, well, I can get you an umbrella policy and it'll give you a 20% discount on the auto. And then you're protected more. God forbid you injure or kill somebody in an automobile accident. They're the next Olympian that you just killed. They're suing you. Are you protected? Do you want me to write the check, State Farm, or do you want to write the check?
I could see why Melissa makes so many sales, because she scares the bejesus out of people. Now I have to scare the bejesus out of people.
Now you're all gonna also go buy life insurance and umbrella policies tomorrow.
Yay!
No, I actually, so I sold an auto and renters this month, and the policyholder pivoted to an umbrella policy himself, and I was ready to sell it right then and there. I was like, he's like, so I was a past policyholder with you guys, and I had, at the time, he had a home before he went overseas to marry his wife. And then he came back and he's renting a home now, has an auto, just purchased an auto. And then when I was processing everything, he's like, I used to have an umbrella policy. He pivoted right on his own. I was like, well, what was your, do you remember how much your liability limit was? And he couldn't remember. I was like, well, we can talk about this now or later. And he's like, well, why don't we talk about it later? I'm like, okay.
No, don't ever ask if you can talk about it now or later.
Mm-hmm.
You gave him the out. So, say, what if you get in your car and you literally injure or kill somebody after this conversation and you didn't put that in place? Are you prepared to write $1 million yourself, or do you want me to write that check? Do you want to wait today? Do you want to wait till tomorrow, or do you want to take care of that today? Let's take care of that right now.
You know what, Melissa, you're hired.
Yes. Yep.
I'll pay you double.
It's all you got to do.
Yep, that's all I got to do.
It's just,
well, anyway,
all it is. Just scare the shit out of them at work.
Yeah,
you're scaring me.
I mean,
I work at State Farm.
Worked with my kids. Why? Just kidding.
Melanie, where are you? Like, have you been applying, or what's going on? Like, you're already licensed? What's happening?
Yes, I'm licensed. I just got licensed the end of July. So I've been applying to several places, and I'm just I won't go into the fiasco that I went through with one place that I tried to get hired through, but I'm working on it.
Make sure you're applying to places that you like also. Don't just apply to apply, because now you're wasting your own time, right?
Oh yeah, no, for sure, because there's another company that I met somebody that like they work for a company,
Mhm.
and I've just kind of like noticed like that they seem to be kind of flaky, and I'm like, like I told my husband, I was like, I don't really think that I want to work for this place because it's just like, oh, one day they're hiring and then the next day, like they're on a hiring freeze and now you're back to hiring. And it's like, do I really want to go through this?
I
That
don't think that's necessarily a bad thing, right, Mary?
suggests
Which
high
opinion?
turnover, or or they went on vacation. I mean, it could be, but I mean, it kind of suggests high turnover. I just know that, put your resume out, go to Maps and just Google insurance and
Mhm.
see what comes up. Call some local agencies, send over your resume. Actually, where I'm at now, I found them online from Google Maps, true story.
Mhm.
And then I went and I applied to them. This was that Hawaii timeshare I talked about. And I'm there now. I'm at Hawaii timeshare and I applied a year and a half ago. They didn't hire me on at that time, which is great. It's great because it was a service position and I really like the sales side. I'm okay with if a policyholder calls in and says, hey, Mary, I need some ID cards. I'm okay doing that. But my time really is better spent. Thank you for calling ABC. This is Mary. How can I help you? Give me your date of birth, your birthday, blah, 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 credit card number. Let's go. You know what I mean? And they're really happy coming in, but I'm also now I'm with a place they get super great quality. Otherwise, I wouldn't feel so confident, right? It's all about the quality. And yeah, scatterbomb that resume, find your
Yeah.
place. And it may not be the first or the second, I don't like job hopping, but I was out to find the perfect space for me. So I kept moving till I got it.
Yeah, that can be different for everybody.
Right.
It all depends on what you feel your niche is. What areas you want to work, the type of insurance you want to work. What is going to work for you. And I come here and I take everybody's suggestions and what everyone's doing and seeing how that's going to work for me. And different things can, suggestions and so forth can work for each person different times of their walk in this journey. I mean, we're just not getting going. It's okay that, we're, not hitting the jackpot right away. And if you don't feel comfortable with that, then I would say to, go ahead and keep on looking. Don't try to force yourself to, okay, let me see how this is going to work. And it feels like it's just daunting to you. I would say it'd be good to, if you're still contemplating for that company, to also keep looking and seeing how other places, and their energy, how it feels. But I truly believe, like Mary was saying, you want to keep on applying so that you can get those answers that you're actually looking for.
Mercy, that's amazing. You're amazing.
Yeah. I'll say I came a long way from where I started. I mean, trust me, Mary probably knows. I mean, I was like, just say it, this objection. And now I'm like a pro. I can just rapid fire out a response. It's all about just learning your own art, right? And like knowing what you're going to say, because they're the same objections you're going to meet just about every time. Just have a response ready, basically. Practice.
And I need to practice on objections. I mean, you had so many. I mean, how many is that? 50? I'm like, my goodness.
30 objections. And my purpose for that is I'm now trying to, now that I kind of feel like I know what I'm doing behind the camera a little bit, I want to make video shorts for YouTube about overcoming objections. So I made one for every day of the month. I'm going to do it in
Wow. That's
I like it.
That is great. Yeah.
That would be awesome,
That is
Mary.
one thing that I need to be able to, I can think fast on one area, but then like with objections, I'm like, so yeah, I'm going to have to work on that.
And the great thing, I'm so glad. The great thing is I want to talk about why are they asking the objection? Because I feel like if we know the why behind their objection, we can start listening for that at the beginning of the call. But you told me you weren't happy with your agent, but you told me the last 3 renewals increased. Is that not the case? Wait, what do you mean you're going with a different agent? What? So,
Mhm.
but they're
At least
wide
y'all can call and
audience.
ask.
What's that?
I was saying at least y'all can call and ask. I can't call and ask. We're not allowed to do that.
So think of
Our
your
rules are
agency.
different.
Think of your agency as a house. You got the front door and you got the back door. So this is in terms of retention. So when you get them in there and they're talking about their bill, you want to cover that back door. You want to keep them in. And it's about the rapport and just explaining things and being there for them, because it might be the price, but if you provide them like top-notch customer service, they're gonna stay.
Mhm.
Like
What
for
is
example,
be so good they don't want to go anywhere else. They
yeah,
would miss you. They would
for,
miss.
for example, my car insurance, I have farmers, and I've had them for I guess a year and a half or so, something like that now, maybe a couple years, since I've been back in Oklahoma. And so I did come to a point when I had surgery last year. And so I called them, I said, look, I have full coverage and I had multiple things between the uninsured motorists and I had a glass protection and different things. And I was like, I just can't do this right now. I'm not working. I won't be back to work for probably 3 more months. And so he was like, well, if you want to, since you're said that he did, I let him know that I've had surgery because we've talked. I've kind of been talking with them for different things. And so he said, well, since you're said that you're having or had surgery or having surgery, I can't remember when I said it. Then you're probably not really driving right now. I said, well, no, I'm not. And so he was like, well, if you want to, we can cut out the uninsured motorist because you're not really driving anyway. I was like, well, okay, yeah, I could do that. And it did help to drop my bill, and so it was like I liked having it. And now eventually I will put it back on there. And I know the risk of not having it and everything. But the thing is that I did need to reduce my bill instead of me trying to shop around. So it's like that's what I chose to do instead of shopping around so that I can continue to afford, my bill. So it's just something that each person has to weigh out.
Yeah, for sure.
Basically.
I've
Each
definitely
person has
done
to
it.
weigh out.
Yeah,
I've
no, I mean,
definitely done
I had to cut my
I didn't like
uninsured
it.
motorist too. I mean, I didn't cut it, but it was stacked and I unstacked it for the time being just because I'm not employed and I mean, I still kept it, but I just unstacked it for, a short period until I start working and bringing in income again because my uninsured was more than my policy premium for like just regular, full coverage.
That's crazy. So in Michigan, it's super cheap. So I don't know how much it is other places. Like uninsured and underinsured motorists in Michigan, it's like $4 a month.
Oh,
Yeah, no,
that's
mine
not
was
here in
like
Oklahoma.
200 and like it's like over it was like $200 or $300 on my car and like I think around 200 on my husband's truck.
Okay. Yeah, but we also have like crazy high PIP medical coverage. Yeah.
What is your
Because we're no fault, so
your
you're going
state
back to your
Yeah,
own.
we're no fault too in Florida. What's your state minimums?
So 50, 100.
Okay, see in Florida it's 10, 20, 10.
Yeah. And that's bananas to me. I don't even write anyone like less than 100, 300 to be honest. So
$100.
Yeah, no, I
$300?
definitely want to up my coverages.
100,000 per person up to 300,000 per accident.
Oh,
But every state does things so differently. So it's like hard, when you're speaking insurance too, right? You have to understand that.
When you're
Here in Georgia, they offer a 25, 50, 25. They shouldn't even offer that. Being a professional driver, seeing all the crazy ass drivers we have on the road, there shouldn't be no 25, 50, 25.
Right.
That's
See,
what it is.
You're gonna rock it, Thomas.
Yeah.
Is that the
And
state
then-
minimum in Georgia?
Yes, yes. I mean, I've had State Farm since I was 17 for 30 years now. So, but I've always, even when I had cars that were paid off that weren't much, I'd have liability with zero comprehensive, so
Mhm.
I always kept zero car and recommend it's a few dollars extra a month. I always recommended everybody else do zero comprehensive. So
Mhm. Yeah,
Marcy,
that's the other funny thing is lately, your deductibles, they don't seem to be affecting the rate a ton. So I've been quoting people at low deductibles. Well, why wouldn't I quote you at zero comp and 50 broad form collision if it's honestly going to cost $5 more a month? Would you want to
Right.
pay 500 or you want to pay 50 if you
Right?
like
I
it?
almost cursed.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like if you mess with the deductibles, it's insane how it doesn't really change the price much anymore. It used to be drastic. Even a year ago, it used to be huge difference. Now it's pennies sometimes.
Yeah.
It's
Marcy,
crazy.
don't kill me for the suggestion. Can you get a quote from State Farm and let us know how much it is compared? Because I just checked, like I was quiet because I was looking at my bill, and underinsured is only $19.50. I can't even get a Chipotle bowl for $19.50 out here.
Right? That's crazy.
It's so cheap. I can't even begin to tell you. It's literally like $4 on each policy for us. It's like a month. It's insane.
I
how
wish that
cheap
mine
it
was
is.
so cheap. Like
So
it
that's
is
why
not
I'm
that
like,
cheap
well,
in
why are
Florida.
you cutting that coverage? That's not even a coverage that, like, that's never even a coverage I would even offer to cut because it's saving them literally nothing.
Yeah.
So
That is one thing
Yeah,
I
it
love
is
about
saving
being an
them money.
agent is I can go in and, play with the different coverages and really shop. It
Yeah.
would it was awful. We just transferred our car insurance and I shopped all 12 of my companies and come to find out I don't offer Allstate, but Allstate was doing great. So I called my friend over at Allstate and I said, write me up. But I couldn't see the screens. It was driving me nuts
yeah.
because I wanted to be able to see those little things. Death, dismemberment, loss of sight. How much is it? 19 cents? But
Yeah.
I want to see it, you know?
Yeah.
Mhm.
P3
Yeah.
coverage.
Being on the customer side is tough.
Yeah, it is.
See, so I
Melanie,
want to understand the PIP coverages in other states, right? Here in Michigan, there's so many options. It's,
Oh,
I really would be curious what the other states look like.
So when
I
we were
don't really know what our what our PIP options are at this point, to be perfectly honest, because I
we will
haven't
after
actually
this
started
call.
working in the insurance industry as I just got my license recently. But I mean, state minimum is 10, 20, 10.
Well, so that's your bodily injury. So PIP is going to be your medical. So,
Right.
like in Michigan, you can do
So it's
unlimited.
10,
You can do
20.
coordinated unlimited. You can do 250,000. You can do 250,000 with attendant care. You can do 500,000 with attendant care. You can do the Medicare option. You can do Medicaid option. Qualified health letter if you have a coordination of
See, I don't
benefits.
know that we have all that. I
It's
mean, we have like
freaking
medical payments, but
It's insane. And you have to talk through all of that when you're quoting every auto.
yeah, that's
What do you
crazy.
People are like, why do you care what I have for my medical insurance? Well, this is why.
Well, it's funny because in the insurance exam queen group, like somebody in Florida was talking about, like, I have medical coverage, like they have their medical insurance. I was like, yeah, but like it doesn't hurt to be like to have that extra coverage because yes, your medical coverage can carry you, but like at some point there's going to be an aggregate limit. So
Tina,
Mary,
you're funny.
Mary, can you explain how do you like when you get one of your courses, then how do you because I signed up for the 7 steps to going independent, and then I see it in the email. So we have it for a week, but I don't
Yep, you'll have it 7 days. I mean, it's not even an hour, but some people just like to.
Oh, now it's coming through, I guess.
So I know a lot of people, like I haven't been on these Zooms in a while. I couldn't do Fridays. I'm too busy on Fridays normally. So I was so excited to be able to jump on here tonight. I was like, yes. I was invited to it's called a mountain climbers group. It's with State Farm. It's like top performing team members in our area. We meet with their local sales like manager. And it's mostly people who don't want to join the aspirant program, which if you're familiar with State Farm, the aspirant programs where they like basically train you to become an agent, a State Farm agent if you want to. I have no desire to own my own agency or do that. So this group is created for people who are just super high performing within our territory. And so I was really exciting to be invited to that. So
Okay, Miss
that's
Popular, please invite us too if you're going to talk about it.
it's been so fun. But it might be something that you guys in your areas may recommend. Like it's so fun to talk to other top performing you know, team members that are like-minded and see like where they're getting their leads. And a lot of people aren't buying leads. Like our office doesn't buy any. We get statefarm.com, that's it. No other outside sources. So I'm creating my own, like going and talking to home builders and going to the manufactured home communities. And I'm trying to reach out to nursing homes now to try to write you know, guaranteed issue final expense to the, you know, the people living inside the community. It's just thinking outside of the box to sell product without, and then you're finding your own quality people and places you want to write.
Yeah. Melanie, Thomas, and Christy. Well, Christy, are you interviewing? I'm just trying to grab everybody into this conversation now. Melanie, are you and Thomas, are you guys like interviewing currently, or you just haven't heard from anybody yet?
No, I haven't. Go
I
ahead.
just
Go
did
ahead.
I just did a video interview for Progressive. Like it's like a one-sided interview thing that was kind of, it was pretty daunting. Like I don't enjoy this interviewing process, but it is what it is, and you know, fake it till you make it type thing. That's how I feel.
And no, I
Thomas?
haven't. I actually told my wife, tell her boss I was gonna come work for her, and she had to go work somewhere else. So because hers is the closest one to it. So, but
I could
nah.
listen to Thomas talk all day.
I know, I love that Southern draw.
Yeah.
Melissa, he's married, obviously.
Girl, me too.
I'm married
Nah,
too, but
I'm gonna. I think I'm gonna go ahead and try to apply for a State Farm somewhere else. I mean, I've driven 45 minutes to an hour to work pretty much all my life, so it's not gonna hurt me to continue on doing that too. So
There's so many when you type in State Farm. I mean, just in my town, I think there's 5 State Farms. Trust me, you probably don't have to drive far. And when you start driving down the road, you'll be like, oh, there's an insurance company. Oh, there's an insurance. You'd be amazed. I passed probably 7 insurance companies just on my 3-mile drive to work.
Wow.
like, I really want to work remote because, you know, like it just works for me better because I do homeschool my children. But
Yeah.
It's hard
So-
to work remote, and then
I've
also
thought about doing it.
this is only this is a me thing, right? So it's just like when you're trying to learn in a brand new industry. I have a coworker. Luckily, she's worked with State Farm for some time, but she's worked with State Farm 3 years, right? So you would think like she would know the ins and outs of everything. She freaks out every time she gets a customer, and she's like, "Tina, can you help me with this and this and this?" Like, girl, I just joined 9 months ago. What are you talking about? Like, help me. Help me. Like I had to hit you up for help, you know?
help me,
And
help
so-
you.
help me because like she's hitting me up for help. I'm like, I don't how am I supposed to help somebody who is a superhero already? You know what I mean? So it's just like it's cute that she reaches out to me, but it's lonely when you're working at home by yourself and like everybody is in sales. So like they're consistently on the phone call. So how are they going to take out time to train somebody who's new who could some people they don't see you as a teammate, right? They see you as competition, which is unfortunate. Yeah.
I mean,
so it's just like
That's
I
what I
was seeking
started.
employment that offers training prior to actually like starting. So like I'm hoping that that's enough. Like if not, then like I'll go work in an office if I need to.
Yeah, there's huge advantages, right, to listening to other people in the office too and how they sell. But once you kind of get your own lingo and doing these meetings, I think helped me tremendously.
Yeah.
I highly
You seem like
recommend.
you're really well versed and pretty amazing, honestly.
Oh,
Thanks
well,
to
thanks.
Mary.
No, but yeah, thanks to Mary. I joined these meetings religiously. And I would message her. I'm like, Mary, what do you think about this? I
Yeah.
soaked in every ounce of everything I could from her. So join these,
Yes,
like,
no, I definitely do find her to be very helpful. Like I private messaged her recently because of something that happened to me, but and you know, I don't know. I'm still learning and I really want to grow and like really learn the industry and move and really make a career out of this.
That's what I gotta do. I'm more of a hands-on kind of guy. So I mean, to get into it, I literally just got my license last week. So,
Woo!
so
yeah,
Congratulations.
I appreciate it. But it's I think I was after talking with my wife. She thinks that I might be better at an adjuster with my construction background.
Yeah.
But until I get into it and figure out exactly what I like in the industry, I'm not sure what it's going to be yet. But I know if I'm
I
gonna stick
thought
with
about
PNC, well, I definitely want to get my life and health if I stick with PNC. So
Mhm.
I'll say,
I thought about pursuing a an adjuster's license as well down the road.
I'll say that I've worked, I don't know, Melanie, if you've worked from home before,
I
but
haven't.
oh, okay, okay. So I
I've
have,
always done retail and like retail management. So
oh, okay.
like I have a lot of customer service and like upselling like customers, like that type of thing. But like I don't have any insurance
You got it.
experience.
Well, that's the only thing. I mean, you'll learn that. So working from home is just like we're on the Zoom, and that's how you may or may not be with your team from working from home. Sometimes we did training and we were in a group like this and we were all on camera, or we didn't have to be on camera. And then with like our coach, now I'm speaking from doing customer service and tech support and different stuff like that, working from home. But I did, when I lived in Alabama, I did work from home. And that's how I got into the insurance industry. I worked with Teletech.
T-Tech or Teletech?
T-Tech. Well, that's also their name. It's also called T-Tech.
I've
But I
like
couldn't
looked
remember
into them, but like everything that I see from them is like bilingual and I don't speak Spanish. So
I would say, well, I would say to continue to keep looking and see if by clicking on, so they're the ones with the big tiles like that for each position. Is that correct? I think that's how they
I'm
do
not sure.
theirs. Did you go to them from their website or from a like Indeed or something?
I've gone through both, but
Okay.
it's not ringing a bell off the top of my head. You could be right.
I
I
think
could
they're the
just be
ones with the
like
big tile.
drawing a blank.
Okay. They're the ones that helped me get my health insurance license to begin with, but I was already working with them in customer service. And then, but I also had my life insurance license that I got on my own. And then they opened up the health insurance department.
See,
So,
life insurance scares me.
It shouldn't.
oh,
no.
I come from a
everybody
very
needs it.
superstitious family, and I remember when my manager would talk about like, you need to sell more life. You need to sell more. It's like I have to talk about people dying like all day. I don't want to do that. It's like I don't want to scare the bejesus like Melissa does. Like that's
Well, I was
not
gonna
my
say, like,
goal in
she
life.
had a lot of great points, and like, I'm like, wow,
Yes.
like she's so
Yeah.
right. But like,
She's so
I don't know,
right.
it kind of scares me. Like, I suffer
It should.
from like anxiety, like not like so much like with like one-on-one, but like I struggle with like anxiety and stuff, and I don't know, it just scares me.
One of the things that Melissa says, the insurance exam queen, she was always saying that, first of all, they need us. Okay, we're here for a reason, and that this time is for us. When you land where you're at, that it's for you. They are happy. They need to be happy to have you, not and me and CJ and Mary and Melissa and Thomas and Tina and Christy. You know, everybody. And you can't. There's not an area that has too many insurance agents for any industry at all. I don't believe
Yeah,
that.
for
Just
sure.
like
I
there's
believe
all these
that.
gas stations out here, there's all these churches out here. Yeah, there's not too many insurance agents out here, because to me, we need more good insurance agents in order to help these people. They don't always know exactly what they're needing either.
Yeah,
And that's where we come in.
selling solutions. You're selling solutions to
Yeah.
bigger problems.
See what it is that they're looking for it from their own words, and then it's like I rephrase it, and then they're like, yeah, that's what I need. And just like with tax support, you know, they call and they're calling because of one reason in particular, and either I am refining what that reason is and I help them resolve it, or I'm helping them. Well, there's another underlying problem. Once I get through resolving that issue, that's when I'm not closing my call out. I'm asking them, well, you know, have you considered doing this or that? And I've done sales and other things too. And I had to grow in that. Like DirecTV, we were always upselling. I worked at McDonald's. That's in person. We was always upselling. It's the same thing. You want fries with that? You want a salad with that? You want a shake with it? So, and it's just with this, it's knowing how I have to be able to work that in this industry. But working from home, it was just me and that one, you know, customer. There's not time. I did not have time to go stir my greens during the holiday. Okay. You think that you would have time to run up there and be able to do it. And if you got to have that support to be able to watch some food or do it later. But it does help cut out the, you know, the commute time. I did like that. I did, you know, like the point that I'm not sharing equipment. I'm a stickler for that. I left that at Walmart. I don't like sharing equipment.
What do you mean sharing equipment? What do you mean?
Keyboard.
Keyboard.
The keyboard, and it
fight
was
somebody.
nasty.
I will
So-
fight somebody if they touch my keyboard.
Was it Lisa that I'm
So-
trying to remember, was it Lisa that said she sold 2 life policies to the, you know, female and then her partner? Or I'm confusing her with somebody else.
Yeah,
I
continue.
think it was Lisa.
So what I would have done, because she didn't touch on the kids, honestly, I would just call him back the next day. You know what, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, I've been thinking about you since I got off the phone with you. I feel like maybe I forgot something. I failed you. We didn't talk about your kids. How are you protecting them, guaranteeing, locking in their insurability? You know, what if I told you I could get them into a low, you know, price policy that's affordable? What are your thoughts on that?
Oh, Melissa, I want to be you when I grow up.
Yeah, but it's literally just tell them like, you've been on my mind all night. I can't stop thinking. Now they're like, well, wait, if you're worried, why am I not? You know,
Right.
you got it.
My mom literally bought policies for my kids.
Yeah, it's so smart. That's the other piece of the puzzle, right? Grandma and grandpa. Oh my goodness, what are you doing with all this money in this bank account? Oh,
Like
you're
they're only
leaving it to your
$25,000 policies, but like
That's
hey,
some people can't even save
it's
up
better than
$25,000.
nothing.
Right.
Yeah.
But grandma and grandpa, oh my goodness, you want to leave this $100,000 to your grandkids? What if I could show you a better way of doing that can keep growing cash value now, and it'll be in their name and guaranteed it's going to go to them tax free.
Yeah, I think she bought a Gerber policy or something like that, but
just
whatever. It's better than nothing.
Sell the crap out of stuff. It doesn't matter.
Melissa, you're my hero. You're my shiro.
Yeah.
Are you licensed in
I
life?
learned from the best.
Are you licensed in life and PNC?
Me?
Yes, ma'am.
I am. Yes.
Awesome.
Life, health, PNC. Yep. I did not use Melissa Dillon's stuff. I actually used just the free stuff. And Mary.
That's okay.
To pass, I passed my test really quickly. I was very excited to start a new career. So I luckily from start to finish on PNC, it took 2 weeks from studying to passing state exam, and then life and health, I think, is 5 days.
So you took the pre-licensing course in 2 weeks?
Yep, and the state exam. And then I did the life and health in 5 days.
Holy moly.
And then state exam passed.
Did you like spend your entire days?
No. I just would do like 3 chapters a day and then watch this one guy's videos, and that is it. And then I would, come on, look at the exam queen, like the free stuff. At the time I was doing it, people were posting a lot of questions that they had seen on their exam, and like multiple choice answers, and I loved that. And I just sat there waiting for it, like waiting for Melissa Dillon or Mary to answer, like, this is how the answer. And then I'm like, okay.
Wow, good for you.
And
I think it took me like a month to get through the PNC course because I would do it at night after my kids went to bed, like a few hours every night, and then like 2 or 3 weeks to study. And then I was actually going to take it sooner, but like I didn't know that like when I went to like sign up to take my exam that it would like I would have to like I didn't think that I would have to wait. So I actually had to like take it like a week like out from when I had originally intended on taking it. But
so do you only have PNC right now?
Yeah, I only have PNC.
Okay. I highly recommend doing the life and health because a lot of the stuff is the same stuff on the test.
Yeah,
I may do that in the near future, but I want to get my foot in the door first.
Well, and they might pay for it. You might be able to get them to pay for it, which I always say, let them use that as a business deduction. Why take it
ma'am.
Your own wallet? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yes. Why not?
Now with that, I am going to drop the link really quick for if anybody does want to attend using social media. Again, I am super excited. It doesn't matter how long we've been in the industry. It's good stuff to know. And it doesn't matter what licenses we hold because it's applicable. So we're going to do that on Saturday. Again, it will go into underwriting, then we'll get it on the site. So if you missed it, it's okay. Those emails go out. I try to get them out like once a week, but I got to get better at that.
What are we doing Saturday?
good with your
Saturday
subject lines, by the way, Mary. I said you're really good with those catchy subject line. Like I have like a lot of emails, and your subject line always catches my eye before anybody else's in my 10,000 emails. Literally, I have 10,000 emails. But yeah.
Thank you. Honest, it. I feel like it's my labor of love. You know what I mean? Even the website, I just was like, click, erase. I felt like I was painting. The email. Now we didn't have emails 2 months ago, so now it's like I don't have to. Hey, are you coming to Ice Cream Social? I can just be like, here's the link. But sometimes I forget to attach the link. I'm still learning.
Life happens.
I'm still learning. Well, and then there was that one time we did Insurance Power Hour and I tried to change the platform, and then Melissa and I could not make it work. Her and I are running around the house. She's calling London. Like we are trying to figure out how to make this work. We have not gone back to that platform. We might do just our little superheroes group just to practice.
Fine. I like the Zoom.
You like it?
I do too.
It's still through Zoom, but what it does, because we have so much content, I have to put it somewhere. My poor Apple Mac, poor Mr. Mackey is full and not moving very quick. I had to go buy this to make more.
God bless you, because I hate Mac.
I have to have somewhere to put it, right? So anyway, I'm trying to get us moved over to that platform so that I don't have to copy and paste each individual email, put it into the funnel for announcements, then try to transfer everything over, upload the videos. I'm on Zenler. Everything is just connected. I just have to figure out how to get it the rest of the way.
I don't know. I love my iPhone and I love my iPad, but the Mac computer, like the system just is like, I feel like it's an Android. Like I just hate the system.
I love my Andrew. Mary, you have a PAP on your laptop, right?
A what?
A PAP, personal article policy.
On my laptop?
Yeah.
No, it's new. You're right. I'll take care of it tomorrow. Thanks.
It's like
Yep.
$50 a year.
Right.
She's trying to sell you a policy.
I know. I was all like, how do I answer this?
Oh
There
my
is
God,
no,
that's great.
there is no excuse for an insurance agent not to have the right coverage at all.
Bad girl.
I did follow up with my new Allstate agent. I've never been with Allstate before, but I'm excited for the experience.
That's all state, Sam.
What's that?
That's
You're
all
in good
state, Sam.
hands.
Or you're
Yeah.
in good hands.
Well, if I was going to give my money to anybody, I wanted it to be a new agent that he's awesome. He's just an awesome person. So I wanted to give him my business 6 months, a year, whatever. But
Yeah.
he doesn't get renewals anyway, so it's fine by me. Right? I'm okay with that. In the meantime, we are going to have to say goodbye. I want to come back to commercial and life next week. I really do.
Yes.
We can
We
all
have
do. What's that?
We have commercial lessons.
Not official like session lessons, but I want to open it up for conversation. And
I definitely want to learn and grow with commercial, so
and
I'm
once
here for it.
You said
What?
Wednesday. It's always Wednesdays now, Mary.
it's got to be Wednesdays. Honest. We've tried Sundays, Fridays. I think we did a Tuesday once, but Wednesdays are just we're going back to what we started with. It was great
Hump day.
idea. Great idea, and I don't know why we ever
Get
changed.
off the phone.
Okay,
Wait, can we call it-
on Saturday, this is at 2 p.m. Arizona. However, when you go into that link to sign up for it, it's automatically going to show you in your time zone. Super fancy.
super
Right.
fancy.
Super
Techie,
fancy.
techie.
So,
Since we
Is
have
that-
these on Wednesdays, we should call these Winter Wednesdays. Yeah, maybe. Just throwing it out there.
ooh. We've changed our name
Yeah.
so many times. We were Ice Cream Social.
This
Wasn't there?
power hour.
And now,
That's-
right now, it's Insurance Power Hour, but looks like it's Insurance Power Hours. That's cool. That's cool.
I like winter
Can't
Wednesdays.
remember which day it
We
is, so
are
I have to
winners.
like, make it rhyme or have like a catchy name to it. So now it's Winter
Mhm.
Wednesday in my head. Whatever you guys want to call it. But
Tina, I'm
everyone-
pretty sure you're the one that gave the idea for Power Hour. I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure that came from you. Are you bored with it? Should we change it?
No, Wednesday. Like I can remember it's Wednesday somehow. So
You're so funny. I love Power Hour. Let's stick with it for now.
Power Hour.
Winter's Power Hour.
You know,
There
it's
we go.
so funny because I got in here like early and I was like, oh, am I late? I was like, I think I'm late. And then I was like, oh, I'm early.
So I set an alarm for everything, and I was like, okay, it's 8:30 p.m. I gotta make sure I don't fall asleep. It's not a council meeting night. Let me set an alarm. So when I have meetings now, I set an alarm 5 minutes out.
That's cool.
If it goes off and it's like, oh, I gotta be in something, so I'll log in instantly. I do it at the office too. It helps. Of course, everybody's like, why is your alarm going off? I was like, I'm going into a meeting.
A reminder, leave me alone.
Holder. Or a
CJ,
policyholder.
CJ, I'm upset because you didn't show your cat. If it's plural, I don't know if all your cats look alike, but or you have one.
She was very like jumpy around at the beginning. Now she's just chill. She likes being like when I'm studying, she sits next to me. So I think she's gonna be the insurance cat because she's been around me.
You have a mascot.
She's learning.
But I'm gonna get pet insurance on her too, so she'll be covered.
Mary, we should have
Oh.
pets of insurance.
What is it?
We should have like a post for pets of insurance and everybody gets to like showcase their pets.
So there was, I have to go back up and look this statistic up, but I had heard it in networking group. Businesses are some percentage, I don't remember. I'll get the number, but when you include a pet in your pictures, when you include the pet in the business. So insurance kitty, perfect, do it.
Question.
Everybody who loves cats, and then you can do a cute little TikTok or whatever, get your name out there, get the kitty a little superhero something. I don't know, right? But yeah,
I have 3 videos on my need to utilize it. I have 3 videos on my TikTok. I need to really utilize it.
I need
I
someone
thought-
to take over my TikTok. It's where I put all my garbage videos right now. I don't know what else. And I run
I
out of.
refuse to get TikTok.
Do you?
Why?
Yeah.
Why? It's so amazing.
I don't
don't
post
know,
it, man. I just scroll on that stuff like
For
what?
hours. And then
I
I'll
just
be
feel
like,
like
oh,
it's
I
like
just found another
an evil
friend.
rabbit hole.
Yeah. Yeah. It's crazy.
I would delete
There's a girl who
Instagram
says
but not
good morning every
TikTok.
morning. Yeah. And I just
TikTok.
feel like I wake up every morning to this, my friend saying good morning to me. I think my brain doesn't know the difference.
Yeah. I love it.
Too funny. Oh, love pet insurance. We can also talk about, actually, I need to talk about pet insurance. We haven't even done that yet.
Yeah, what do you guys do? You write it, Mary?
Well, we offer it. It takes me literally 30 seconds to quote it in Safeco. All they
Yeah.
really want to know is the name, the breed, the age, any known medical conditions. Oh, see, I could watch this all day. Any known medical conditions, and then they ask for an exam, just a routine exam once every 12 months. But that's
Okay.
so I offer it, but I don't sell very many because most people don't take their cats for regular checkups or their dogs, actually.
Yeah.
That's
So we
totally
can
me.
do
I'm guilty.
Me
We
too.
can write
I'm guilty.
companion, but I've never wrote it, to be honest. I probably should.
Have you ever
What
tried
license?
quote one?
What license do you need for pet insurance? Because the company that I was talking about, that like I felt like they're kind of flaky, was they sell pet insurance, but like they require a P&C license. So, and I don't really understand why.
Why do I feel like it's
Here in
under the
Oklahoma, you do.
health
You have
product?
to have PNC. Here in Oklahoma, you have to have PNC to sell pet insurance too, and also travel insurance.
Like it
Also
wasn't
has to
even
have
part of my
PNC.
pre-licensing course, so it's just kind of like
Girl, be
confusing.
happy. We had enough. Okay.
Right? No,
happy.
I'm not complaining.
You're gonna
I'm
learn
just-
a lot more.
I'll be
Like,
dead
yeah,
honest.
no,
I
I
didn't
feel
know you
like-
could insurance pets.
Yeah, the
What?
carriers, they do their own like training too. I just haven't really gotten too in depth in it, and I really probably should because people love their animals, man. If you get them talking about that,
sure.
then you
Yeah.
can sell them.
Like hook,
Probably
line, and
anything.
sinker. It's like
So-
fishing.
And
I got
pet
the most
policy
ferocious beast in the
premium
world.
is small, kind of like umbrella. The premium is small, but it makes all the difference in the world.
If you need to use that
For
for sure.
quality. Yeah.
Yes.
I got the most ferocious beast in the world, 160-pound English Mastiff. He's a big old gentle giant.
Yeah, I got a big
Aw.
old baby German Shepherd, so I get it.
I got 2 golden retrievers. You probably heard them bark a couple times during this.
I bought bark collars recently because they bark too damn much.
Yeah.
Good night, guys. I'm gonna head out. It's 10:30 over here. So
Ooh, it's
I
time
know.
to
Oh, yeah,
say
it's
good
9:30
night.
here.
All right, everybody.
Good night.
Thanks,
Nice
Greg.
meeting
Yeah, I
y'all.
probably
Good
Bye.
night. Thanks so much.
Yeah. Have a great night. We'll see you pretty soon.
Thank you all for watching this here video.